that we've gone live and we need to do it now.
Everybody blinked. We must be live.
Yeah. Hello, everybody out there. We see you. See you running. Come back. Sit down.
Yes. Hey, you. Yes. Come on in. Somebody's coming in. There we
Yeah.
go. Their standards and practices are on.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday. It's 9 o'clock, so it must be Indie Vault live. Oh, we got a great show lineup for you tonight. It's. I'm here. I'm floating through this.
Floating.
And when I say I'm floating through this, I literally am floating through this. So you have no idea the amount of medications it took to get me in this chair. Isn't that right, Lola? Yeah. Dorothy says, "Hey, Varian, and hey, Indie Princess. Hello, Dorothy." Dan Stockwell says, "Hi, hello, Dan." And Glenn Ford says, "Hey, everyone. Hello, Glenn."
Dorothy never says hello to me.
Randy, are you public?
Yeah, Randy, are you public?
I am not.
Okay.
I would rather,
Glenn Ford
stay private.
Glenn Ford.
I am public now.
Also known as the Ionicus Toy Review. So yeah. Good evening, comic friends.
Brian Langley is in the house.
Dorothy says, "Hey, Randy."
Dorothy said hello. Hey, Dorothy. How are
you? She was getting around there. Pops Van Zant says, "What's up?" Hello, Pops. Tonight we got a great show for you lined up. Like I said, we got Geronimo Draws in the house. Mr. Geronimo himself can talk about his book on crowdfunding right now. Still crowdfunding, correct?
Oh no, not crowdfunding, right?
No, actually, but yeah, we're gonna talk about
it's done.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about his book. We're gonna get into that. Also, we got questions. We got stuff from Indie Vault Radio. We got industry stuff that happened this week. It's a big mess, huge mess.
Hello, Brian Langley.
I blame Randy for all of it.
I am not at fault.
And
at least it's not my fault this time.
Yeah, at least it's not Lola's fault. It usually is, but not this time. Also, let's I'll run the intro. It'll probably get us demonetized again or copyright flagged again.
No, it won't. We haven't been copyright flagged in a long time.
Here we go. We'll catch you right after the jump.
Do you have it?
I do. Here we go.
Oh, I almost had it.
Okay.
All right.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
We're never fine. It's a lie.
Fine.
But I do want to. I want to introduce myself. My name is Varian Grant. I am the founder of Indie Vault Media. Been making comics since 2008. First book I ever did was a black and white interior action comedy. I'm a father, a husband, a geek, a reluctant taxpayer, a artist, all that. Sensitivity reader. My goodness, I do it all because
incredibly numb.
They make incredibly numb right now.
Today it's incredibly numb.
Nothing's bothering me right now.
Let's give it time, folks.
Thank you. Thank you. Apparently, today's
holy crap.
Today's holistic. And this is brought to you in part by what is it? Purple Urkel and OG Kush THC cigarettes or something.
Before we go any further, we just want to say that the opinions expressed in the following broadcast are not necessarily those of Indie Vault Media LLC, its staff, contributors, or sponsors. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sorry. Tracy's Bible says, "This is awesomeness." Hello, Tracy. How's it going? So, yeah.
And we're still looking for sponsors, by the way. We welcome. If they can handle the show, we can handle them.
Yeah. Randy.
Sir.
You've done it now.
Wait a minute. We haven't all introduced ourselves. The Indie Princess is in the house.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. I am driving, as always, by the Indie Princess.
About royalty.
Yeah. The hell
royalty. We need to get a little trumpet noise.
Yeah.
Whenever we announce it. Indie Princess is in the house.
Hey, guys.
And of course, Mr. Randy Zimmerman.
And hey, I'm Randy Zimmerman. I've been doing alternative and independent comics for longer than most of you have been alive. I've done just about everything in this business you can think of, except be a mainstream cog. Right now, I do my specialty is commercial and graphic arts, sequential art, centering around advertising. And that makes money. But anyway, I also do the Zim Geek channel here on YouTube. That there'll be some new content up there one of these days, where I teach cartooning instruction and talk about comics. And I'm here part of Indie Volt on Tuesday nights and Thursday mornings. And also joining us today, we have a special guest, Mr. Geronimo Draws.
That's right. That's right. He is here with us. Geronimo, introduce yourself, sir.
Yes, my name is Robert Geronimo. I am the creator, illustrator, and writer of Blood Realm, published by Alterna Comics. And I'm here to promote the book and also my YouTube channel, where I do like little analysis on the comic book industry and some drawing videos.
Holy crap, I knew I recognized you. Dang, I like Blood Realm. That's awesome. That's a good book.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I have not read Blood Realm.
And you're behind. He's got two whole sets out so far.
Yes.
You're working on your third one right now, right?
Right, yeah, absolutely.
And
I'll read it.
Alterna has even gone so far as to collect them into giant books for $5.
Yes.
You can read an entire story, a 3-part story, 80 pages, I believe it is.
80 pages, yeah.
$4.99 at your better retailers.
Can't beat that.
No, you can't. That's an awesome format. That's a good
Is the collected one on newsprint as well?
Yes. And then I will be running an Indiegogo when the whole saga wraps up, and we're going to collect it into like one big hardcover, like an ancient text.
Nice
the goal.
It's a tome.
Yeah.
It'll be
Exactly, like a tome. That's it. Yeah, that's the word. That's the goal.
Well, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to start this. Randy, do you want a question from your namesake?
Randy wrote back in again. Randy.
Yeah. Randy Wright wrote back in.
Randy Wright wrote back in.
Yeah, wow.
That's almost like a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Peter Piper picked a what? Anyway.
Brian Lingley says, will you add me to Facebook, Blood Realm?
I am not on Facebook, but
Realm.
I am on
It is,
Realm.
sorry.
Yes,
I'm
not
sorry,
Realm. No, you're right. Yeah, it's Blood Realm, REALM. But it's I'm on Indiegogo. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Geronimo Draws and YouTube. I'm not on Facebook, unfortunately.
My
eyes haven't entirely adjusted, or I would have recognized that artwork that's back behind you.
There you go. Yeah.
Blood Rim is something that happens to you in prison.
No. Let's not go there. No.
Okay.
This program is rated TVMA DLSV. The V stands for variant.
I just thought that.
Wow, that's great.
No. That's for later in the much later in the show.
I'll get a letter from.
Still have sensitive ears.
I'll get a message. My phone will light up and send us to practice. What did you just say?
Yeah, really. Probably will anytime now. Come on in, everybody. We say we have 18 in the house and only 10 likes. A little love though. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
So I'm going to put the question up, Randy. I'm going to let you read this one from Randy.
I will do my best.
From Randy Wright. Are you going to use a Randy Wright voice?
I went to the eye doctor this afternoon, and my eyes still are a little dilated. So we'll see how this works out. How do I do that? Angry? Randy is always right. Well, looks like the lines have been drawn in the great comics war. Those that haven't chosen a side will be found without allies or help. Have you chosen a side? Randy is always right. Yeah, Randy. Okay. Calm down, buddy. I'm on the side of good comics.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's the side I'm on.
Yeah, we've always been on the side of good comics. That's all we have on the show. I mean, there was that exception that one that wasn't very good.
Well, we already admitted that not all of them are hits. Every once in a while, you're going to get a miss in there.
Yeah.
That does not include Blood Realm.
Oh, there you go. I appreciate that.
No sweat. We'll get into talking about that here in a second.
Sure, yeah.
When we get past these questions. What?
Do we have to pick a side? Is it important to pick a side?
No. They want us to pick a side.
It's true.
It's not they, but the haters want us to. The hate group, the horrible hate group out there who have to decide whether or not comics are good enough for you to read if depending upon which way your political leanings are. That's stupid. Who cares? I want to read good comics. Leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
I read comics to escape politics. I don't know about all of you, everybody else out there, but I read
Right.
comics to be entertained. And being entertained means not thinking about the news, not thinking about the crap going on, not worried about nothing, just involved in an awesome, incredible comic world. And that's why I read comics.
Yeah. Even Stan Lee made a comment like that about how important it is to entertain.
Yeah.
To get away, you know?
Yep, I just read that a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
It talks about how if you're doing entertainment, you're doing good.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
I do think that it's important to realize that recognize that people have some days you are in the mood for an action movie, other days you're in the mood for a sci-fi film, and I don't really care who directed the film. If it seems interesting to me, I'm willing to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have to start looking at these comics like that. Hey, I don't care who made the book.
And in fact, I'm sorry to butt in, but if it's from a different perspective and it's good and it's got quality in it, I want to read it anyway.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Dave Brown says, "Hey everyone, hello, Dave the Supreme."
Hey, Dave. Dave the Supreme.
Pop says, "Screw the lines, LOL." And Brett Penson says, "Yes, comics should be an escape from our normal lives."
Thanks for listening, Brent.
Yeah,
It's nice to see you aboard.
I don't think that I have to choose a side. Oh, there's fireworks outside. How nice.
I heard I'm here.
They're celebrating. That's right.
Yeah, it's like. Of course, everyone, Lola's tip jar is open. Funds go toward her book. You can check that out at it's actually streamlabs.com/indievolt.
Streamlabs.
Some reason.
Be the phone.
Yeah. But it's streamlabs.com/indievolt/chips. Timothy Olsen says, "Hi. Hello, Timothy. Mortal Kombat." And Brett says, "Miss seeing you guys, even Marion."
I don't know why you'd miss seeing us. We all have faces made for radio. But it's good to know you're here, Brett. You're always appreciated.
It is weird not seeing Brett, not being able to pick on him. It is.
Yeah.
Timothy says he's so tired of the division.
Yeah.
The division is it sucks, man. So
can't we all just do comics? Just do comics.
Randy, you want a financial question or you want a question that's kind of wacky?
Bob Geronimo, what do you prefer?
Let's go wacky.
Wacky it is. Wacky.
Okay, here we go. This is from Greg. Okay.
Greg
wrote this in. Randy, you can go ahead and read this one.
Thanks for writing in, Greg. I know this is going to sound odd to most, but have any of you indie creators considered releasing clothing for real dolls of your female characters? As a decades-long real doll advocate and devotee, I think you folks could clean up. The crossover in the fan base is quite large. Greg.
I'll sell some of my clothes.
Be quiet, Lola.
That would go on a real doll.
Yeah.
What's a real doll?
A real doll is it's a mannequin.
Sex toy.
Yeah. It's a mannequin, but it's anatomically correct and can be used.
Oh.
Yeah, they're very expensive. And that's what they kind of look like.
They're pretty much like that, if you know.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know if
Oh my god.
I don't know, like costume packs of my character.
We have fun here, Geronimo.
That's great.
Why would you?
That was Chuck Wendig, by the way.
Yes, I know.
I'll tell you what. I am going to release.
See, we cross lines here all the time. Anyway,
I'm going to release a Barber Unleashed costume set. $70, I think. $70, and then after that, we'll do an Niobe set as well. What do you think,
Greg,
Randy?
I can guarantee you that this market is creative enough that somebody out there who's got a big female character has already thought of it, and it's probably working on it as we speak. That's my answer to Greg. It's a creative market. Folks are very creative.
We'll work on the Lola Indie Princess dial. We'll work on one of those. You guys want one? We'll get it done.
Let us know. We aim to please.
Yeah.
CM Booze says, "Real Doll. The Real Doll is a life-size sex doll manufactured by Abyss Creations LLC in San Marcos, California, and sold worldwide. It has a posable PVC skeleton and steel joints and silicone flesh. And now we have to send them an invoice for that commercial."
Oh, thank you, Steve.
Timothy said, "I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what." Yeah.
I should have picked financial question.
Yeah. Financial question.
Just wait till you see the financial question.
Yeah. It's
Sometimes it can get a little crazy.
Oh, wow.
We can talk off camera about some of the questions that we've had come in.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it gets pretty bad.
Gets really bad. Not just pretty bad. Fernando says, thanks for writing in, Fernando, by the way. We appreciate each and every one of you. So, ever since I started watching Indie Vault, thanks for watching Indie Vault, by the way, I began entertaining the delusions that I could make a comic. How in the hell am I supposed to make a fucking cent in this business with the print-on-demand pricing as high as giraffes? Is that the P word?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're wrong, Fernando. It's higher than that. It's higher than that. I'd have a price. I'd have to price a 32-pager at $10 to make a worthwhile wage. Make a worthwhile rage. There we go. A worthwhile wage, Fernando. Yes, Fernando, you are right. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And the creatives are working on ways of getting around that. For example, Geronimo down below, Blood Realm, comes out from Alterna Comics, who print very well on newsprint, even though Varian does not like newsprint.
Oh, love newsprint, man.
He's so new school. He's so
new school.
Yeah. He is. I actually had to explain to him who Wally Wood was.
Oh my goodness.
And Russ.
It's all right.
But, he
had to explain to me who Michael Turner was. I mean, his importance in comics, because it went right over my.
Okay. All right.
I googled.
I guess we're even.
To be honest, I'll tell you guys another shocking thing. I googled Bob Layton the night before I met him.
Who was that? Googled Bob Layton?
Yeah, the night before I met him.
That's.
Hey, all right.
Got to do what you got to. At least
I was just gonna say.
At least you were out getting an education.
There you go.
And you met him informed as to who he was. So,
yeah.
Here, I'm doing gestures like Comic Tom. Put my hands down. Sorry, folks. Anyway.
Would you buy a $10 32-page comic?
No. I would not.
Fernando, you should print on newsprint.
Fernando, there are ways. That's all part of this wonderfully creative industry. So there are ways of getting around it. The crowdfunding books, by the way, if you're noticing, are 48 pages and higher for a... Brett says, what the hell, Varian? Newsprint rules.
There you go.
Timothy also wants to know, how does Zim know how high giraffes like is?
Timothy, I've been to the zoo. All you have to do is go. Take a camera. Take a camera. Measuring tape if you have to.
Do it, Fernando.
And I have to tell you, the last time I was at the... Well, I probably don't need to tell you. The last time I was at the Detroit Zoo, the giraffes were definitely measuring.
Oh, wow.
That was quite a sight, especially when you saw all the little kids around. Mama, Daddy, what are they doing? Anyway.
They're just playing.
That's life.
Do it, Fernando, or else. And then says,
no, you don't have to charge $10. Please don't charge $10 for your 32-pager. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Find ways of getting around it. Change your format. Change your paper style. Check for a better printer.
Perhaps find a publisher.
Yep.
It's all kind of ways to get around that
All
price.
kinds of ways to get around. Check and see what everybody else is doing. And like I said, add pages to your book and put a square binding on it. And then you could probably charge $10 for it if you did a 48 pager. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Timothy said he doesn't normally go to look at giraffes. Yeah.
Neither did I.
Meredith says good evening. Good evening, Meredith.
Good
We're
evening,
talking about
Meredith.
giraffe parts right now and how high they are.
Giraffe parts. Yeah, that's real comics for you.
That's a dollar measurement.
Professionals. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mindy Wheeler in the chat. She says, "Tell them to contact me. We are
Mindy.
starting our own printing and publishing business. Maybe I can beat the print-on-demand pricing he's been giving elsewhere." There you go, Fernando. If you're
There you
listening
go.
in,
There are
Fernando.
always options, Fernando.
Yeah.
Just keep your eyes open, shop around.
Mindy Wheeler, hello, ma'am. How are you?
And
We
you
got,
just got an opportunity here, so
Yeah.
there you are.
There, we've got so many people that are willing to help you in this industry. It's like this. You can go in some of these groups and ask, "Hey, who's willing to? Who knows where I can get this information?" And people will reach out to help you. Buddy Lord says, "I think as a writer, the art price is more threatening than the print on demand price."
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That can be.
definitely.
And again, creatively shop around. So you
Mhm.
never know.
Oh yeah.
And you don't have to remember, price don't have to be as high as giraffes.
No.
Yeah. And then Randy, last question of the night: a blast from the past for us. Haven't heard from this person in quite a while. Are you ready?
Wait a minute. That's the what's his name? Right? Oh. The guy who's missing his equipment.
No. Even older than that. Here we go.
Other than that. Okay.
There's equipment.
Hanging on. Oh yeah, he had a guy who had his stuff stolen.
Yeah. Well,
Frank's-
taken.
Huh?
Seized by the
Taken,
government.
seized
Yeah.
by the not stolen. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
seized by the state, by the police.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh.
long story. He got involved in a crowdfunding campaign, and then he was the writer. The artist got in trouble with the law for having naughty pictures on his computer.
Yeah.
So they came and took his computer too.
Oh
to
wow.
take a look at it to see if they could find any naughty pictures.
Yeah. They didn't
Frank-
find any on his, but yeah.
Frank Stack, thanks for writing back in. We hope you've been a listener this whole time. When the hell did comics get so goddamn shitty? Not just the product, but the industry. Bunch of crybabies upset because someone ruined the incestuous in-circle jerk. Frank Stack. Thanks for writing in, Frank. We're not
Haven't heard
all
Frank in a while.
we're not all crybabies, are we?
How do you guys have this ready?
Yeah. We have these are graphics we use almost every week.
That's hilarious.
This problem comes up often.
I was gonna say, how often is that mentioned?
Not this crybaby that part right there. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
We just pull them up. So anyway, Frank, who is it? Obi-Wan says it all depends upon your point of view. You know,
Yeah.
maybe you need to get a different point of view about the industry. And yes, I'm not going to argue with you that there's crybabies in the industry. There absolutely is.
Indie Vote Radio, by the way.
And that there are some products out there that are goddamn shitty.
Indie
there
Vote
are.
Radio.
But not all comics are like that.
We're Indie Vote Radio. We're at 35,000 listening right now on Indie Vote Radio live on Google.
Wow,
Just to start.
This
35,000.
Alexa
crazy.
and Android and iPhone and Alexa. So 35,000 listening. Thank you to the UK, Mexico, and Ireland. Hey, Ireland. I don't see you guys all.
Awesome.
Yeah. So thank you for listening in. 35,000 people listening. That's pretty cool. We cuss. We swear here.
It's a good start. It's because we were talking about giraffe parts, I'm sure.
It's a magnet right there.
A
Right?
delicacy in some of those countries, I'm sure. So,
That's not nice to say. At least you didn't name a particular country.
yeah. It's funny.
Standards and practices. Remember standards and practices.
I think that Frank, it got crappy for me 2015. I started noticing like something's up here.
Yeah, again, you need to put the mainstream books down and start
Yeah.
looking at the alternative products.
Literally Alterna.
There you go. I tell everybody that all of my superheroes died. All of my mainstream superheroes died at Crisis, Heroes Reborn, and Age of Apocalypse, and they've all been replaced by soulless zombies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
to me, everything after that's been pretty shitty.
Yeah. I miss the days of Claremont for sure, man.
Little spots here and there. Oh, Byrne and Austin.
Yeah.
Timothy says, "Well, anyway, my comic is 20+ page for $12. Timothy, link me to your book. I check it out. Doing okay on my crowdfunding so far. I would like to see that. I personally, I've bought books that were, you know, I mean, you guys are gonna laugh at me. I paid $15 for a book that was it 6 pages, Lola?
You just paid 200 something for another book.
200 something for another book.
Yeah.
Well, no, but that book is like huge. I'm about like,
It's not huge.
well, that comes with a lot of stuff though.
Would you order a box?
Yeah,
Well,
but no. Well, that's a. Well, no, I'm talking about like an actual like one shot story. A friend of mine did an ash can.
It was like 5 pages.
Yeah, like 5 pages, $15. I supported them at the con. I dropped $15.
Whoa.
I picked the book up. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was rough doing an ash can 48 pages and asking, I think it was $5 for it.
Yeah.
5 or 20. I think it might have been higher than that. Maybe 25 for it. It's a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timothy, it's not the size of the comic, it's how you read it.
6 pages.
It's the
There wasn't much to read.
yeah, Lola's mean. Lola's very mean. I thought the book was
CM Booze goes, is this approved by the Comics Code Authority? No.
no.
And I hate to break this to you, but the authority's gone.
Yeah.
Hasn't been around.
I don't
for a
know. It
while.
may be coming back.
Yeah. There are people out there who are pro code. Jonathan Skinner says, "Yo, hello, Jonathan."
That's what you call a pipe dream, right there.
Inbox area. There's something in my inbox. Have you inbox me?
Olson's got code up here.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not
There we
the
go.
size of the comic; it's how you read it. What?
Yeah. Well, I'll check out Timothy's book. I got to pop over to the other site to do that and pull that link. But yeah, I like to check that out.
We're running a show here, Pops.
Yeah, he just said, I'm glad he messaged it because he had to get a thing for me, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I will. I'll take a look at that. So tonight, at the rate, that's all the questions, but there is one question from Indie Boat Radio that I want to ask you, Randy. This guy has been working on a book. He's been working on this comic since 1987.
Wow. That's
Okay.
longer than I've been working on my book.
Yeah, he's like, working on my book since 1987.
He's older than me.
Yeah. Right now.
It's going to make him feel real old.
Yeah, thanks, Lola.
He's going to look down and go, oh, no.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He
I'm
said
not saying that you're old, though.
he's, by the way, he says in 87, he was 37.
Okay.
He's been working on his book all this time. He is ready to release it. It's well within the 300, 400 page realm right now, but his art style has progressed since then. Should he release it, or should he go back and try to redo those pages from the beginning?
What do you think, Robert?
What should he do again? What was that?
So this gentleman's been drawing his book since 1987.
1987. Right, I caught
And
that.
he just wrapped it up. According to the letter, he just wrapped it up in 2015.
Right.
So he's got pages. Obviously, his art style progressed through the years. He's wondering if he should go back and retackle those pages he did back in the 80s and try to redo them, or should he just release the book?
Well, I'll say this. When I did, depends how drastically different it is. Because when I first did Blood Realm, it was originally called Kingdom of Blood, and the artwork was very different. Similar, but very different. And it came to a point where, you know what, as I went along and started doing this, I really found my voice. So I decided I was going to go back and redo it so everything kind of feels, the same in a way, like it came from the same artist. You don't want everything to look like it came from different people. So if it's really that stark of a difference, I would say maybe go back and see what you can do. But if it still looks like it's from the same person, then I would keep it.
And that was from Alan. Alan is out of Nevada, and Alan, you got a lot of support here. Some people, Timothy Olsen says, release it, do it. Jonathan Skinner says, do it, keep the classic style. Dorothy says, I was born in '87. Phew. The reason, how do we know the panel provides? How do we know if the panel provides proportion? She says maybe redo. Yeah, I mean, if some things have changed structurally, but then so much you can do with digital now, you might be able to fix those errors.
Right.
Yeah. If he knows how to do that. Brett Penton said he should release them in separate graphic novels and have an introduction talking about when it was done. It shows his growth. That will be kind of cool, almost like an experiment. Like, look at this guy getting better. Ralph says, not since the 80s and early 90s have you seen such a wide selection of creators. He was speaking about that earlier up above. There's more diverse creators right now, which is great. I feel that everybody, I walk through Artist Alley and I see so many different people. I did a show out west, and there were so many different people. I got a chance to talk to people who go to reservations and see the they're making comics too. And how often do you get a chance to see that? It's like they were making comics, and I'm like, and there were so many artists and so many different stories that they were telling. I know
you're definitely seeing the variety pick up.
Yeah,
than what it was 5, 6, 10 years ago.
And I want to get back out there very soon because I was sad that the convention canceled this year, because I was really looking forward to getting back out there and meeting some other people and following up from last year's show. But yeah, there's so many different creators, such a wide variety of us now.
Dorothy says, I agree with Brett. I don't like retro art, but hey.
Ralph says, only instead of hunting the newsstands, you have to hunt the interwebs. And he says, hey, Van, how's Minnie V is completely gone. He's about gone. I had a boil on my neck, or a mass on my neck. It turned out not to be a mass. It was full of
yuck.
Full of bacteria infection.
It was full of yuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
It did doctor put me on a regimen of antibiotics, which I'm glad he did, because the previous doctor had me on an antibiotic that the bacteria, which he only calls a nasty, very, very nasty bacteria that I'm growing, is immune to that bacteria. It's growing resistant to it. It's growing resistant to that antibiotic. So it was doing nothing for me. So he put me on another one. This new one, within 2 days taking the antibiotic, I woke up with a shirt that I probably can't wear anymore because it just popped and while I was asleep. But so now I got some mobility in my neck again. We'll see how long it lasts. Thanks for checking on me, Pops. I appreciate it. Yeah.
It won't even be an episode of Dr. Pimple Popper.
No, it'll be an episode of it should have been an episode of Black Mirror, the way I woke up screaming, oh, I'm all wet on my shirt. What's going on? So let's get into Robert's book. Joe, talk to us about Blood Realm.
Sure.
Your own Alterna. You're printing on newsprint. I've got some Alterna books. I'm okay with newsprint. Randy prints mainly on newsprint. His books are all.
I did a newspaper locally for 10 years.
Cool.
I circulated around the county. It was a comics and entertainment paper that we gave away for
nice. Oh, that's awesome.
I will say it was cool being printed.
Oh, that's cool.
Did a whole 100 issues. It folds out like a newspaper, and it's got comic strips and ads and.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that.
Turned out really good.
Yeah.
For the time that it was out there.
That's
he
great.
was foolish enough to let me in there and let me draw a comic strip.
Yeah, I printed him on newsprint before.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I've been in newsprint. I'm only hating on something I've been a part of. Talk to us about it. What's it about?
So Blood Realm is a dark fantasy horror book. I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, The Exorcist, and particularly the writings of Clive Barker. So I wanted to create a fantasy world that kind of merged those things. Because again, I love the journey of Frodo and all that stuff, but again, I love Hellraiser and The Exorcist. So let's just bring those together. And with the artwork, for those of you who may have seen the art of Blood Realm, I wanted to make it very different than from what's out there already. So what I did was I treated the art as if to give this illusion that you're kind of reading an ancient manuscript. So I wanted to make it very much like something that existed in the world, and the world is called the Lands of Mordrin in Blood Realm. So right now we're on the 3rd volume. It's doing very well. We just sold the 25,000th issue, which I'm honored that everyone's enjoying it. So yeah.
Now, that's a nice number, by the way.
I'm fortunate. Everyone's good. They're enjoying it. So got to keep the fans happy.
Yeah, and it seems that, like, I mean, with the price point, it does. It helps keep the fans. I mean, it's like you're not asking someone to break the bank. You're not asking someone to drop,
exactly
$20 on a
so
book.
they want to take that chance. It's okay. Like they're like, oh, you know what? I'll give this a shot. And that's the key. So yeah, I work very much like, again, when I saw Frank Miller's art when I was a kid, I've always been attracted to creators who are the sole creators, who are the writers, the colorist, illustrator, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to give it this. I love silhouettes. I love dark, like Sin City style and stuff like that. And I put some splatter with toothbrush with white paint and stuff like that. Again, to give it that texture feel. Everything is, except for the red coloring, everything is, I work traditionally. I do little touch-ups digitally, but I think it's very important to show the hand of the artist in the work, stuff like that.
I like it. I like the logo design too. I find that's for me one of the hardest things to do. I've passed it off to my wife to do logo design now because I'm like, screw this, man. I'm not.
That's a talent in itself. It took me longer to make that damn logo than do some of the pages in the book.
Yeah, because you're never happy with it. It's like, I think that looks pretty cool though. Now, right here it says #1 in a 3-issue limited series.
Yes.
But,
so to explain that real quick, each volume is 3 issues.
Okay.
So that's how I do the series. So first 3 is volume 1, Dark Covenant. Then the second 3 is Shadowed Kingdom, and then the third one is Ironhide, which is going to be wrapping up in August, and then we'll be starting up again in early 2021.
Okay, we got another guest that just popped in. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come in. She ready? Okay, here she's ready. Okay, there we go. Mindy Wheeler is joining us. Oh, yep, there she is.
Hello.
Hello, Mindy. How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Hello, Mindy.
I see. I'm glad you're able to join us. I know it was a little dicey there for a second because, we put Pops in charge of like scheduling sometimes, and no, we didn't. We didn't put Pops in charge of scheduling, but
It's been crazy to me. No, Pops contacted me, and he was like, "Are you going on?" I was like, "What? Wait a second. What are you talking about?" It's been such a crazy week. I don't remember like much right now. It's hard to keep track of everything that's gone on this week. So
this week has been horrible.
Crazy. and it's only Tuesday.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
What happened?
Oh, jeez. I thought things couldn't get worse like Friday.
Don't ever think that.
Yeah, I said, comics will be okay. And I unplugged. Logo did.
Yep.
People were looking for me on, was it Saturday and Sunday? Like, has anyone seen Gary? And I'm like, everything is going to be okay. And I allow myself at 6:00 on a Sunday to ease back into the internet. And I do that. And what do I find? Chaos and anarchy. Everybody's wearing Guy Fawkes mask. Pissing on gardens. I don't understand what's
dogs
going on.
And cats living
together. Oh, you beat me to it. You beat me to it.
I turned on the computer. I remember seeing Pops had a gift himself eating popcorn and laughing, and I said, "What the hell is going on here? I'm out." And I,
you mean
Mindy,
you mean
terrible things are going on in the world right now.
Yeah, that's what it
what
looks
you
like.
mean?
Terrible things are going on in the world. But Mindy, you had and y'all see you working on some art right now. You had problems this week. I don't know if you want to talk about them,
We
but
should ask Mindy to introduce herself to
yeah,
our
we're gonna let
radio
her.
audience.
Yeah,
How big is our radio audience right now?
right now, Randy,
Just,
we
just
are
to make
at
her just to make her nervous.
yeah, we are at 41,950. Mindy, no pressure.
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for that. Just to start my week, that makes it even better. What a crazy week. Now we got 41,000 people listening to the craziness. So, hi, I'm Mindy. I'm a comic book artist. I have a history of kind of being a little controversial in that I'm conservative and I had a real difficult history with making that work, working in the industry, which is predominantly left. I'm finding actually that this is a common thing within all creative industries, music, theater, acting. We all know about Hollywood already. But so I started this company, Conservatives in the Arts, and I do that. And I still work in comics now after a big, kind of back and forth, sort of not sort of, a blacklisting experience, a traumatic trolling experience in 2016 and 17. And then I found Comicsgate about a year and a half ago. That didn't turn out well either.
Oh, no.
Got some trolling. I got trolled there too, but I had initially aligned with them. And then I thought they were toxic was my take. So I separated and then I got super trolled. Even worse, I think, than the first time, although it's really pretty close. Similar mindset, I think, is like, I think it's like fighting cancel culture with cancel culture on Comicsgate. Not every single person is bad in Comicsgate, but I think there are more bad people than not that ruin it for everybody. And it's kind of like Antifa fighting Nazis. Okay? Like someone said that today. That made a lot of sense. So anyways, my husband and I, who I initially had a retail comic shop with in 2015 and 16, we're back now. We're doing everything we're doing. I've had a cover with Dynamite, a Vampirella exclusive that the campaign has been running over the past couple weeks. And that was partly controversial, sort of by association, because Dynamite Comics has been in hot waters. So because of his association with Comicsgate, which I have history with, both Comicsgate and the cancel culture that is also after Dynamite right now too. And see, Comicsgate turned on Dynamite because Dynamite canceled a cover. And so there's a lot going on. Yesterday, I was getting trolled by CG people and feminists at the same time.
Oh my God. Jesus. You
Both
must need a drink.
Yeah. And then, because I'm a conservative, okay? And I did have some thoughts recently about all the women canceling the men in comics. I think, which is funny because I'm actually an abuse survivor from like years ago, like 10, 15 years ago. So I just don't agree with the Me Too thing. I think that women are taught to be socially oblivious to red flags about dangerous men and dangerous situations, and they can't discern very well between the good men and the bad men. I think it's a social conditioning problem, a culture problem, that women are taught to be, I don't know any other word for it, but that kind of stupid socially, and it's not their fault. It's not their fault. But I had some thoughts on it. So the feminists were attacking me. CG was attacking me. And CG was attacking me because I did stand up for Dynamite a little bit. Although I've kind of changed my stance a little bit. I didn't think that they should have canceled the cover with what they were doing with Cecil, because they are contractually obligated. And once you do business with someone, you really should finish. And at first I didn't see it as much that way. It's a difficult situation because sometimes as a business, and I know this all too well because I've run and managed many businesses, sometimes you have a bad egg and it's causing too much problems, like legally, financially, something it just isn't compatible, and you have to let somebody go. And so the whole thing, CG was saying Cecil's been canceled. right? And to me, it really didn't seem like a canceling situation. The CEO of Dynamite, Nick, who I've been working with for 2 months now or so, he said his verbiage was like, wow, we didn't think that Cecil's cover would be so polarizing. We have discussed it, meaning Cecil and him, and decided, Dynamite won't continue. So to me, that was not cancel culture. That was, they had a business discussion, and it sounded like they mutually agreed. So to me, I thought it sounded silly and stupid to say that he got canceled, but I might be wrong. And like I said, I kind of changed my stance. I do think, after thinking it through, they should have continued their obligation.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, sometimes businesses have a financial breaking point too. They've already stuck their necks out so many times to support CG that I don't know what exactly happened. I'm not privy to all those details. But I think there was wrong on both sides there. Initially, I said, well, Cecil maybe shouldn't be a troll because there's so much toxicity in that group. Sometimes you have it coming for you when you make a living off of attacking other people. Sometimes that's just karma biting you in the ass. But, it's a difficult situation, and it's not like it's exclusive to Dynamite. So it's so difficult to run a business right now when everybody wants you to pick a side. Everyone wants to put you in a group or a label. The country is going wild. Even the feminists, because of my views yesterday, they were calling me anti-feminist because they just have to put everything in a box with a label.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I don't think you can pronounce that name.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to say, sorry for butting in, Mindy, but how do you pronounce that name?
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name. But hello, how are you? We're doing our Indie Vote show, our weekly Indie Vote show, Indie Vote Live on Tuesdays at 9. Right now, coming at you with 43,000 people listening. Hello from the UK, popping in there. Italy, we got Brazil back in the house, Ireland and Australia.
We're glad that you're here, though. Believe me.
Yeah.
And we appreciate everybody listening.
From Michael Olden. Michael Olden says, I'm sorry you're having a rough day, Mindy. Yeah, Mindy's having a rough week. Mindy, you have a cover coming out over on Dynamite. Real quick question before you say anything else. Mindy, you've been paid already, right?
Paid already by Dynamite?
Yeah.
No.
God, Mindy, you can't talk about him. You can't talk about him.
That's the weird thing is, doing this, you're basically an independent contractor. You're not an employee.
Yeah, but you can't talk about it until you cash a check. After you cash a check, then you can say what you want to say.
I don't even care. I don't even care, dude. I do this because I love to do it. I'm not here to just make a buck off of every single thing. So I had so much fun doing the Vampirella, and it's been so cool seeing people like it. And give me good feedback or just be able to share that experience again. I didn't even care if I make a dime going forward. If it got canceled today, I would have still had a really good experience. You know what I mean? And that filled me, especially after so much controversy in the comic industry, to be back stronger doing what I love. That was a gift to me. So, and it almost did look like I got canceled yesterday. I thought I did.
Well,
Go ahead.
I would imagine. I mean, you had a very rough week, and it's cool to see you still drawing. You still haven't given up. Yeah, go ahead. I can't pronounce your name, but go ahead and talk. We can answer your questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
He says,
we appreciate you being here. We really do.
Yeah, he says, just go ahead and ask us any questions you want. We'll be glad to answer them. I want to hop back over because Mindy, when you popped in,
do you think he's not getting a response, or is he just? Do you think he's just talking into thin air, or what?
No, he can be talking to us. Maybe we'll find out.
We hope you can hear the program.
Yeah. Mindy, when you popped in, Robert Geronimo was talking about his book, so we kind of cut him off. But I'm going to jump back into that real quick.
Go for it. I don't need to sit here and talk. You guys' ears off.
No, it's fine. I do want to ask you, Geronimo, because you being on Alterna. Have you gotten any flack? Because Alterna's been, I won't say
edging in that controversy too.
Yeah, maybe not as deep as Dynamite, but
no, I don't know. I mean, it looks like just no matter what you do, someone is going to pull at you. It's just it's the world we live in,
right?
And in my opinion, you just have to have integrity and just tell the stories you want to tell. And I have readers on both sides of the fence, and they're dedicated to what they believe in, but they're also very much into my story. So I just literally just carry on with myself in terms of the way I carry myself, and that's it. But at the end of the day, people could just judge my actions because I treat people with respect. I don't care what your political views are, because I have readers, like I said, who have all different types of beliefs, and I'll never scorn someone for their beliefs because at the end of the day, they're reading my book, and hey, I'm grateful that they're reading.
And then the book you're talking about right now is Blood Realm. Real quick, Indie Vote Radio. Lola, a gentleman wants to know if that's a ball gown you're wearing. Are you wearing a ball gown?
Not really, no.
Yeah, it's not a ball gown. It's like it is a dress, but
It's more of a lingerie type thingy.
yeah, it's like this. Thingy.
Thingy.
Yeah, the thingy. Yeah, it's from Anywhere Radio, which I don't get. People, you don't have to message us on Indie Vote Radio. You can message us on YouTube. Go over to YouTube, check us out.
Absolutely.
Indie Vote on YouTube. So also, now you can pick up that book. You see that price up there is not a lie. It is $1.50. Let me tell you something, people. That's 1994 prices right there. Okay, you can't get a comic for $1.50 nowadays, unless it's like the back bin at Second and Charles or something. So
even now you can't, because Alterna has had to bump their price just a little bit.
Yeah,
just
up to $1.99.
$1.99. Yeah.
They're still under $2.
Yeah. And plus you heard from Geronimo that he is actually going to be putting together. You can buy the whole series for $5. Well,
you could buy the one volume, which is 3 issues in one. Is like basically they're like chapters. So
now, they have to buy that from Alterna? You don't have like a store they can go.
I have signed copies from my website on robertgeronimo.com.
Excellent. Let me go bring that up.
And there's one of the 80 pagers right there. That's volume 2.
That's it. That's volume. It's very good, Randy. Look at you.
Oh, you think I don't read your stuff?
I'm honored, man.
I like this book. This is awesome.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah, it
much.
looks really good. It looks really nice.
Oh, thank you, Mindy. It's nice to meet you, Mindy, by the way.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, it's weird because I know Mindy through like a lot of her work. So the fact that she's here, it's like I've got questions, but I don't know what to ask. And so yeah, I met GeronimoDraws.com, well, RobertGeronimo.com, and so they're the let me see here. We got the Blood Realm Volume 1 and 2 collection signed $12 from Alterna Giants.
That's for both of them, right?
That's for both of them, and they're signed, and I throw in like a Blood Realm pin.
Oh, okay,
sweet.
So he will sign those. Now the Dark Covenant #1, that's the very first issue. I believe that's the 3rd reprint. Okay.
So I have a couple of those left. So some people who are collectors, they want those. So I sell those in a 2-pack signed. Yeah.
If anybody out there hasn't seen or even heard of Alterna in the past, definitely look them up. What's the website? Alternacomics.com, I believe, right?
That is their main website, but the
main
store is alternaaccess.com.
Alternaaccess.com.
Yeah.
Take a look. They do a wide variety of products, all incredibly low priced. $1.50, $1.99, $4.99 for collections, graphic novels that are incredibly inexpensive. And he also has my favorite is a bump and a banged and dinged section.
Yeah, that's great.
I bought a lot of books out of the banged and dinged section, and they when I get them, they're in like pristine mint shape, and I'm looking them all over, trying to find the bang and the ding, and I'm like, Peter, you sent me an awesome book. What's going on here?
Yeah,
you know.
True. No, Peter, and I'll just say Peter is a great guy.
He is.
I have to say my experience with him for the past 2.5 years has been nothing but professional and supportive. A lot of companies, a lot of publishers didn't want to take the risk with Blood Realm because they thought that the art was, too different from what they were used to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unique. That's what makes it great, though.
Oh, thank you. Right. I feel like, and I say this all the time, George Lucas himself said that Star Wars would never be made today because of what no one takes risks anymore.
Yeah.
And Peter was like, you know what, this is nuts. And his wife actually saw the submission. She was like, "You're going to publish that, right?" He was like, I guess I should. Now my wife just said I need to. So I always told him, I said, I'm glad your wife was in the room that day.
There you go.
Yeah. That's what's funny is that my wife has told me the very opposite. You're not going to publish it, are you?
Oh, damn.
and I'm always like, yeah, this book is going to be awesome. And she's like, fuck. Don't do it.
How do I put this gently?
Yeah, don't do it. And I'm like, you're no trouble, babe. I'm gonna, and I publish it, and then I'm sorry later on when I.
Oh my god.
When I get the returns.
I think now more than ever, considering what's going on with all this stuff, I think we need to really reinforce creative freedom. I don't care what side of the fence you're on, but you should have the right to tell the story you want to tell. Yeah. And I personally feel right now with my experience with Peter is, I told him my insane story and he said, "That's nuts. Let's do it." And, I don't know who else would do that. And he really gives great suggestions. Working with him has been great. Originally, the book was called Kingdom of Blood. And, at first I was really apprehensive, but then we worked it out and we were like, all right, you know what? Blood Realm. And he was the one who suggested we put red in the interiors. I was adamant. I was
really?
I was like, It's got to be black and white. It's
Yeah.
got to be black and white because I want it to feel like an ancient text. He was like, I'm telling you. He was like, I know how these comic shops work. It'll be easier to sell. There's just a little color in it. Look at Mindy.
Mindy and I are nodding. Yeah. Yep.
So I was like, all right, fine. So I succumbed, and I'm very glad I did. So he has an eye, and he understands this industry better. I've spoken with him many times privately on the phone, and he really has a keen sense of this industry.
Yeah.
And, look, the guy's been around with that company for it's like 15 years.
Yeah.
So,
long time.
been evolving slowly,
Yeah, say what you want about Alterna, but I don't think you're going to find a wider variety of just quickly accessible, fun, easy to read books.
Yeah.
So,
And you go from sorry, Varian, I didn't mean. Go ahead.
Timothy said Mindy is wise because of her Negan level.
Negan level?
Yeah.
Is that an inside?
Oh yeah, my husband and I had a stream last night just to unwind after everything because the part that we didn't cover real quick, the all of Dynamite's campaigns went down all at the same time for 90 minutes yesterday. And this happened right as I was in the middle of being attacked by CG trolls and feminist trolls. Jeez. So I thought they mass reported me, because my campaign went down. And then I contacted Dynamite, and it turns out that in their process of canceling Cecil's and I think refunding the money, Indiegogo locked them out of the campaign, so everybody's campaigns went down. So it wasn't personally targeted towards me, but it sure seemed that way. I thought so for a while. And then it was just a stressful day. So we had a really funny stream last night on my channel, and my husband is not a Comicsgate fan. And he said, being the whole I am Comicsgate thing is no different than I am Negan. So while I do sympathize with the ideas of CG, I think it's just another political identity. In of itself, that's what it has become, and it causes so much division. You can't deny that it causes division. Whatever your stance is, it causes division. And I think it's just more important now to focus on being all together with people who want the same things instead of you're Comicsgate, you're not Comicsgate. This stupid thing that we do.
It's crazy.
So everybody was going on my stream last night saying we are Negan. Negan doesn't do this, Negan that, and it was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing. It was great.
I'm taking a look at your campaign here. So it is up, thank God. You got 5 days left on it. $6,552. Is what you've raised so far for this. Your Vaporello cover. This looks awesome. How long does it take to do?
Oh, well, it was weird because of COVID. It got delayed. So I had about 2 months to work on it, really. I contacted Dynamite back in April, I think. And then I was all, hey, can I do a cover? What do you think about this? Let me pitch it to you. And I it was there, the communication was there, but then COVID happened and the shutdowns happened, and then everything stopped. And we had to wait for the printers for like a month or 2 months, I think we waited. And then finally, as soon as everything did come back up and we were ready to go, Nick is the one that I believe caught the email chain, and then it went quick like fire. So I had about 2 months to play with this. I really enjoyed it. But, you know, if I were to count the hours, maybe like 20, 15.
Okay. I see they got 3 different: standard cover, virgin cover, and pencil art cover. Which is your favorite?
The virgin cover, yes. I do the colors myself too, and I had a lot of fun with this one. It was challenging because of the blood dripping down her and all the raindrops in the sky. So it was a challenging piece, but that's what makes it fun. You know, if you love the medium, then that's what makes it fun. And I had a lot of fun. So
T-shirt looks cool too. I see there's a T-shirt.
Thank you. We're almost at the stretch goal. We're only like $450 away from the trading card stretch goal. So if you guys do get the chance to back it, if we hit 7K in the next 5 days, every backer will get a trading card.
And this is shipping worldwide. So usually when we have, when I talk to our audiences, Randy and I will tell them, hey guys, sorry if you're out of the country, if you're out of the US, but no, this campaign is available to everyone. They are shipping worldwide. So that is something to consider when, deciding what campaigns you want to back here. If you want that physical book, they are foolishly shipping worldwide. We say foolishly because Lola has been selling through old cards, and she's learned very quickly that that's would you say it's expensive, Lola? The shipping.
You can use another form of measurement.
highest giraffe pussy. There, she just said it. It's high.
Oh, no.
That's awesome.
It's didn't hear our conversation earlier.
Yeah.
We fielded a question about print on demand publishing being that high.
I like your sense of humor. Very good.
It's a stack of cards. It was like 3 of those, clear clamshell cases, and it's like $20 just from here to Canada. People are telling me that comics are costing $20 to get to Canada, from the US to Canada right now, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot.
You know why? You know why I bet that is? Because I'm a truck driver. Since COVID, everything has been terrible for trucks. Like, there are steel plants that have been in the Chicago area of 20, 30 years here. They just closed down. Everything with trucking has been down the shitter. So I'm sure that any kind of freight rates are going to be terrible.
Yeah, I got a friend that's in trucking. He keeps telling me, well, he didn't tell me, but he posts that they'll post jobs and then they'll take them down and post them again an hour later at a reduced rate. Yeah. And they know these truckers need the work, so they take it. But it's a real, sucky situation. Yeah, we want to go to Pennsylvania tonight? Yeah, well, normally that run is like 600, but yeah, we'll give you 4.
Yeah, it's really bad. It was funny because 2018, I think it was the best year in like 20 years or maybe ever for owner-operator truckers, and now it hasn't been this bad since the 80s. It's gotten really, really bad. So, yeah. And the brokers are a huge part of the problem. It's not totally the shippers. The shippers are paying just about the same, but it's the brokers. There's a big problem in the industry where the truckers are not getting their fair share. The brokers, which are like a third-party service, a booking service, they're taking advantage of the truckers. That's the problem.
The truckers usually take advantage of me when I'm driving down the highway to Comic-Cons, and Lola's sitting next to me. They're like looking over, and they're like,
I just visually got that image. See him driving.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. It's like,
it's got to be rough.
Yeah, I thought, you hop in the back seat and the way back seat, because they have a minivan, hop back there. It is your fault. Hop in the back seat and lay down and cover up.
It's not her fault.
Then we lose ratings.
What's our number? Speaking of ratings,
Yeah, number right now is 52,807
Wow.
people listening all over the world. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Want to thank Japan, who just popped up on the list. Australia, we got Ireland, we got Italy in the house, the UK as well. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. We got Mindy Wheeler, we got Robert Geronimo in the house. They are talking about their books. We're talking about the industry, guys, and we all seen what happened. That's the episode. The name of tonight's episode. Boom goes the dynamite.
and anybody out there on Indie Vault Radio who wants to check out Mindy's campaign, it's on Indiegogo. It is under Mindy Wheeler's Vampirella variant cover.
That's right. That's right.
So
Thank you.
jump over there and take a look.
I'll
Not-
be coming out with a few more titles too over the next couple weeks. My husband and I decided to start our own publishing company, so we've got 2 titles, Karma and Follow the Zodiac. And just
for you.
about, I'd give it like 4 weeks, maybe 3, and we're gonna put something up too. So
Well,
keep an
that
eye
just means you're going to have to come back and push it.
out. That's right.
That's cool. I'm sorry. What? I was just seeing a message. Hold on.
Ilchin, we have Tim Olson in the chat talking about Melvin #1.
I'll take a look at that too. Melvin #1.
Melvin #1.
Let me see here. Now I do have a.
Those number. Glenn Ford says those numbers are awesome.
Yeah, we have really good numbers. I just want to make sure that everyone that money gets spread around because it's a lot of listeners. That's a lot of pockets.
Did you say what? 52?
52,000 was 52,009 or 52,807. Yeah.
807. Oh,
Yeah.
almost 53.
We all need to go to YouTube.
Yeah, Lola's right.
Yes, please go to YouTube if you can and subscribe to the Indie Vault channel over there.
Let's see here.
We can use that. One of these days, we want to be monetized so that we have to worry about our content and whether or not YouTube is going to yank us. So.
It's the Melvin #1. It looks pretty cool.
Hey, that does look good. Look at that.
Yeah. We'll have to reach out.
Who's this Timothy Olson guy?
Yeah. This is Timothy Olson. I don't know if I trust him.
Cool.
We might have to have him on.
We may have to have him on. I think he's in the chat.
Yeah, he's been in the chat.
Yeah.
Said nailed it.
Yeah. Melvin is hired to
Nailed
save a princess from a PC cult.
Pats himself on the back. Timothy says he'll come on.
Yeah, Timothy, let's get you on here pretty soon.
He's my friend.
He's your friend? So we can blame Lola for you. Okay.
All is explained.
Yeah. This is good. You know what? Are you going to color this, Timothy? Or is this going to stay black and white? I would like to see it stay black and white. Sometimes I just like.
When it looks that good, sometimes it doesn't need color.
Yeah. Like I'm looking at Mindy's work and I'm like, man, I'm looking at those covers and I'm like, man, I might just get the black and white one because
and then look at Geronimo's book.
Yeah.
Beautiful negative space, occasional little spots of red here and there.
Now
Just to accent stuff, it's awesome.
now my stuff on the other hand, completely different. Please color it.
Still in pencil.
Yeah. And it's weird.
He asked for my opinion on his work 2.5 years ago. He hasn't done a page since.
Oh my goodness.
I went back and redid everything. I'm like, Randy said
I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry.
Today.
I did finish the page today, but Randy said
Cool.
my feathers look like leaves. And to an artist who's as sensitive as I am, I was like,
I didn't realize.
oh, my feathers look like leaves. Okay, I'll just tear all this up and redo the whole goddamn book. Well, when you got a book full of angels,
I'm sorry. You didn't have to redo the whole book.
so now
I'd have helped to change those leaves to feathers.
yeah, I should have. Well, can you go through these pages? And
That's right.
Caught up now.
Yeah, I'm caught up. And the cool thing is, I really appreciate him telling me that because when I looked at it, they look like leaves coming out the ground, and that was my fault. So I do have a question from Indie Radio for you guys. With no cons happening anytime soon, how do you guys plan to make it? If you have secondary jobs, if you have anything else that you're doing, we'll
Mindy's
start.
driving truck.
Yeah, yeah.
That's gotta be an experience.
Yeah. Oh god, it's terrible. It's a terrible job.
I'll look over on the highway. It'll be Mindy. She'll be looking over like, "Beep, beep, hey, Marion."
I do sometimes.
Yeah, she'll do.
It's more
That's
like
right.
a honk. It's really low. But
Very
think
looking
it's
around.
like,
What
though.
the heck? Oh, it's Mindy.
Yeah.
Like, get over.
Flashing lights. I'm over. How much further do you want me to go? I tell you right now, driving all over the country for Comic Cons, I didn't know I was susceptible to having anxiety issues until I started driving in torrential downpours. And
I thought you said it was all Eric's driving.
Eric's
That brought
driving
on that anxiety.
Eric's driving can do it too. Eric's driving can definitely do it.
Just kidding, Eric. Just kidding.
No, but what was fun was me and Eric came through a really horrible storm coming from Kentucky. And I'm talking about like you can see about 5 feet ahead of us and we're flying. And we're just giggling. Because this is fun to us for some reason. And I guess it was fun to me because I wasn't driving. If I'd have been driving, I'd have been white knuckle. But I'm like, if we die, we die. You know, Eric's driving. This is, you know.
Hey, Philman X.
Yeah.
Hey there.
Hey, Philman. So what do you? So Mindy, you drive a truck. Geronimo, what are your plans? No conventions?
Well, hopefully, maybe virtual convention. I know we did something like that with Alterna. Obviously, I didn't make as much as I would at an actual con, but you know, maybe virtual convention. We'll see what happens. It's a rough time. It's really, really hard. I mean, I don't know if you heard of the news today, but even the IDW publisher and president just stepped down. So,
oh no, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, I don't know how. I think it. I don't know if it was just breaking news, but it just popped up, and I just saw that.
Is this the guy that had stepped down before, and then they asked him to come back?
I don't know if he's the one that I know they asked him to come back to take over. So maybe if that's the guy, but he's stepping down. And
I wondered, you know,
he's here. He's gone. He's here.
He's gone. Chris Ryle. Wow, that's pretty cool. He didn't last long. That was,
I worked with Chris. Yeah. I've known him very, very briefly, but I did work with Chris.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody in the main industry putting those golden parachutes right now. I would.
It's pretty crazy. I mean,
I don't know. Leaving IDW, I don't know how golden that parachute is.
Right.
We wish him the best, though.
Someone put some blocks in here.
I really think
the reason why.
It says that they want to change direction.
Yeah, they voted him out then.
Yeah, that's what it sounds. It doesn't look like.
Thanks for coming.
Change direction.
They said they want to. With Chris's departure, we will be restructuring and expanding our operations, and we will name a new management team very soon.
Pull the switch.
They're going to fail faster. I see. It's just like,
pull the switch.
I think what's going to happen is the way this industry is going to evolve. Personally, I think we're going to see a boom in indie. I think there's going to be a greater emphasis on indie creations.
Let me tell you, Geronimo, it's already happened.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
There hasn't been it reminds me back when in the 80s during the black and white explosion.
Yep.
Back when you had Troll Lords and Fish Police and Arrow Comics is coming out and all of this, you had all of this great oddball stuff coming, and then Image happens, boom, all goes away. Well, that and Soulson kicks out Samurai Santa and a few others.
Because we
first of all, Randy, I have to defend my age.
Let me pull up that soapbox or that soapbox for you.
First of all, yeah. First of all, what you call the image coming on, that was when I came into comics. Thank you very much.
I can't help it when you were born, buddy.
Also, I have Samurai Santa brought us. If there was no Samurai Santa, we may have never had Jim Lee. So
dead silence.
I have no problem with Image, but we
I got no problem with Jim Lee either. But,
yeah, we miss the underground comics. There was a time when it was underground, and that was like indie gold. And I think that's all going to come back now.
It's still crazy. It's still crazy. You go back and you dig up like Subversive Comics and
some
of the old Crumb stuff. You just
100%.
Oh,
100%.
way before your time.
And I know Mindy's nodding her head too. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think Indie's going to take over. And it's funny.
I think you're seeing it. Yeah.
Yep. My husband and I remember we said this, so like 2015, 16, when we saw how much was going on in the industry. It was going through crap even then. You know, I just didn't think that it was going to last the way that it was. I wasn't sure how or why exactly. But the convention scene was already going downhill in 2017. They focused it away from comics and into like Doctor Who. I remember I was really
100%.
Yeah, I paid like $700 or something for a booth a year in advance. I was like one of the first people to sign up for this one show. And then like 7 days before the show, they emailed me and said, "We moved you to the back to make room for the Doctor Who celebrity." And they showed me the map, and I was going to be like by the bathrooms in the corner in the back of the show. And I was like, nah, refund my money. I'm not going.
Oh, 100%. I've been doing New York Comic Con for the past 7 to 8 years. And fortunately, it's still my best show. It's my bread and butter, that show. But I'm in the small press aisle. And the price of the booth each year is not small press price anymore.
Don't they make you bring your own chairs?
They allow us 1 chair or 2, and then anything after that, we're supposed to pay for the extra chair. It's insane. Oh no, they nickel and dime everything at that show. But it's getting to a point now, I think, where the indie people, the small press, are going to say, "I can't afford this booth," and they're just going to, because it's getting smaller and smaller. And this year, when it was supposed to be, I'm not going to lie, I'll be straight up. They had raised the price a little too high, and people were saying this is ridiculous. This isn't small press price. We can't afford this. So then they had a discussion, and they brought the price back to what it was. I think they raised it just 100. But now they said, "But listen, we're going to make it much smaller, so we're curating a little bit more hardcore." It was already small last year. So how many are you going to have? But now they still say they're going to try and have New York Comic Con. I think they're crazy. They can't do anything. The Jabbits just had coronavirus patients in there.
Yeah. I was quoted $2,500 for a small press booth at New York several years ago. Several years ago. I'll put a dollar amount out there for you guys. I was quoted $2,500 for a small press booth, and I was like, "Well, how many tables is that?" They're like, "I don't need an island, guys." I'm like, "No, that's a table."
That was the big size. That was the bigger one.
Yeah, I'm like,
see, it's rough.
Yeah,
and to pack a lunch. To go see an artist. It's a 100-yard walk from the floor to AA.
He's right. 200,000 people were there last year on Saturday alone. It was like human soup.
Have you guys noticed?
Great pot to spread a virus in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Again, I'm fortunate, though. I do very well at that show, and I'm very good. I have a great rep. It's just, I'm afraid. My fear is that eventually it's getting to the point where it's just solely entertainment, that I don't know what type of voice the indie crowd is going to have in there. And that's my fear.
You see, what usually happens with incidences like that is somebody else starts a show.
Exactly.
That's an indie show with smaller booths with a more more accessible rate and an invitation for the unusual to come in. And then after, who knows, 3 or 4 more years, New York might start lowering their prices a little bit because they can't get the guys to fill the table.
Yeah, right.
But that's what it has to do. There is such a thing as outpricing yourself at shows.
It's true. Yeah. They used to have a show called Special Edition, and believe it or not, the same company ran it. But for some reason, they just stopped it, and it was a nice show. It was smaller. It was at a smaller venue, and there was a little bit more, emphasis on artists. And then they stopped the show.
And New York's not the only ones that have that problem. San Diego has that problem. A lot of the other bigger shows are outpricing themselves really quick. And now with all of this problem and the fact that 2020 has literally put everybody on hold for the year, who knows what the convention scene's going to look like when and if it comes back. So I throw little shows up here in my area, but I do them in farmers markets, little one-day shows, $50 a table. Come on in, $5 through the door. Come and meet.
I could work with that price.
That kind of people. Well, that's why I do it. That's the way it's meant to go. But the wife keeps pointing out, who's going to come to your show? because like up in Saginaw, we held one, and it was literally shoulder to shoulder. That was the last big show we were at that I did. Varian was there.
Where are you based out of? Where are you?
I'm in Flint, Saginaw, Michigan.
Okay.
So that's why the paper that I did was called Flint Comics. I had to stop.
Oh, that's why it was Flint Comics. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Cool.
I had to stop it after 100 issues because I was dipping into my savings so much. I was doing it.
Yeah.
I was doing a monthly newspaper, Mindy. I was moving 10,000 copies of comic paper. I had syndicated strips and comic stories and all sorts of sequential art, anything that I could find. Yeah, and a lot of local talent that I could find that would allow me to print their stuff. We just printed their stuff.
Right.
I snuck in there, even though I'm not from Flint.
Snuck
in there.
I'm in Chicago. Maybe if you throw something, let me know.
Yeah, I'm trying to get ready to do
that
another
would be
one.
awesome.
Yeah.
Now I do have a question because Mindy, you've done Wizard World Chicago a few times.
There's another one. Space is an awesome one. Bob Corby throws that in Columbus every year. That's aimed at its small press. Small press and what? Small
press alternative comic expo.
That's
well, where is that? Where do they have that?
That's in
Columbus, Ohio.
And he's had that there for years. Does a great show.
Yeah.
All right, I'll consider that.
I do. I've done space. I've done space as my publishing entity, but then last year we were there as Indie Vault, and we got interviews with people. It's a great show. The only thing is, I remember being on online, and I told a friend of mine who I won't name. He's a publisher. He's from Michigan. I told him, I said, man, I don't know if I'm going to make any sales. The guy next to me has a really slick pricing schedule. And he said, what is he doing? I said, well, he has on his table, he has his books, and he has a sign that says, pay what you can afford or what you feel the books are worth. And here I am over there, Mr. fucking capitalist. $5 for this one, $10 for that, pay up, Trump, $20 hats, $10 t-shirts. And I'm telling my buddy about this, and he says, dude, go over there, drop 50 on the table, take everything he has, take it to your table and sell it. And he's like, I hate that shit. Oh, you should go flip his table over. And I'm like, whoa. I don't want to be mean to the guy. I like the guy. But Space is a good show because it's free to get in, which unfortunately, whenever you have a show that's free to get in, you do have a couple of people who come in and they beg. They want to get
that's why my shows I charge $5 to get in.
Yeah,
and that usually keeps the people coming in that are there for business or for to do comic stuff.
Right.
Mike says he
cause trouble.
Mike Wheeler says we never do the Wizard World shows. They never make money.
Any money? Yeah.
Yeah, not as an artist because it's so celebrity focused.
He's got stock
it is.
in Wizard.
That show.
We did a MegaCon too. I think that's a Wizard World affiliate. I might be wrong. But
MegaCon is Imaginarium now, or are they by Are they by themselves? They might be by themselves. Rob Anderson would know, but yeah,
they had new management in 2017. I don't remember who bought them. I thought it was Wizard World.
No, I don't think Wizard World has the money to buy them.
Jonathan Skinner said he thought about opening an indie storefront today.
There is an indie comic store. I forget where it's at, but all they got is indie books, and God bless them.
We've got one here, not too far away from my house. It's an incredibly small storefront, though.
Yeah.
So yeah.
God bless them.
Everybody needs to send me all these things that we're talking about after we're done, because this is much good information. I want to get my books out soon to all these shops and help support them. And so please, you guys send me stuff or text me in chat or something.
He said he'd had rare books and independently published works. Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah. Let us know how that goes. We'll have you on.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Randy, from Indie Vault Radio, Mike
Wheeler says we are Negan.
We have a question from Indie Vault Radio for our guest. So everyone here, even Lola does some drawing from time to time. Everyone, you just don't want to practice. That's all. That's all that is. Practice. I gave it up. Yeah, she gave up.
Don't give it up.
As an artist, how do you guys feel about revisions. This guy says that he paid an artist. He's pissed because he's asked the artist to do only. And listen, Raymond, if you're listening, please, we're gonna laugh at you. We're gonna laugh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I've only asked the artist to do 27 revisions. Mindy muted her mic so you wouldn't hear her laughing. You see that? She muted her mic. You can't do that. 27 revisions.
This is Raymond?
Yeah.
Are you sure he's not? Are you sure he's on the up and up? That's the first question.
Yeah. He's on the up and up. He's on the up and
I don't
up.
know of anybody that would go back 27 times.
Yeah,
and say, hey, well, you know, that hand doesn't quite look right. What is that? A bear claw? Come on.
He's asked the artist 27 revisions on a page. And
usually,
the artist,
1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out.
27 revisions.
That's literally about 25, maybe 24 more than you needed to do.
I don't understand what you want. Like, there needs to be a conversation between the artist and the writer.
Apparently, the artist didn't understand what he wanted either.
Yeah. Like, there needs to be a conversation between the artists. Like, Geronimo, at what point would you have stopped me and said, Varian, we are failing to have we're communicating, but there's no, understanding.
There's no communication.
There's communication. There's just no
communication.
No one yeah.
Okay, so is it in terms of I just finished the pages and now you want stuff revised, or is this we're trying to figure something out?
Yeah, I want something revised, and I want it revised, and I don't like that guy's head, and those helmets are all wrong.
All right, well that's okay because if you know for sure that. Well, it'd be nice if you knew what the helmet design was going to be first.
Yeah.
If you're changing your script as you go along, then I'm going to say, all right, now we need to rethink this contract that we did here. But usually in the contract, I would have at an X amount of revisions, you're going to start getting charged. That's usually
because you're supposed to charge for a set amount of work. When you pay an artist, you're paying them to do that work within that hour time frame. So it's about an hour. So you got to think about it just like an hourly wage, sort of. So if you're spending this amount of hours on it, you need to be paid fairly, because 27 revisions divided by how much you pay them. How much did that artist make an hour? Could they get a better job working at McDonald's? Could they pay their bills better at that point? That's how you got to do. You got to be fair.
Yeah.
Got to show a little empathy to the artist, Raymond.
Without a doubt. I mean, occasional, a few revisions here and there, little things like, oh, can you just clean that up or just put this, that's fine. But we're talking change his whole outfit. I'm like, all right.
Whenever I'm dealing with a potentially rough client, I will sketch out what they want in front of them so that before I spend any hard work on it, I'll sit there and do thumbnails out. Varian shaking his head, no. But I would also come back and charge them by the hour once they started after their third revision.
Well, there's a host here on Indie Vault who told me he factors in his time. His time is worth $20 an hour. Is his time? And
that's still low.
He says, and he factors that in by how long it takes to work on the piece, how much he charges a person. Now I have a problem with having a very complete, quote unquote, try to do as clean an art style as I can. So when I do roughs, they look horrible. And I try not to do roughs because of that reason. So revisions kill me. I don't like this helmet. I don't like that. I don't like those gym shoes you gave him. Oh, those aren't the 97 Nike he's supposed to have on. And then there's my personal beliefs. Like, if anybody wants me to draw sports stuff now, you can forget it. I'm not drawing that Jumpman logo on my Pistons jerseys. That's sacrilege. I'm sorry. I'm still worried. I'm still upset about that. What is that?
There's a cover I drew in front of the client.
Ah, yeah.
See?
If everybody doesn't know, Randy.
That's as detailed as it gets.
Randy was on Treehouse Masters.
That's the final.
That's really close.
That'll be $2,500. Thank you.
There you go.
Randy was on Treehouse Masters, and that
turned into that.
Oh, cool.
That's nice.
Do you guys ever watch that show? Treehouse Masters, ever called it on TV?
Nobody's watched that show.
No.
Animal Planet. Third
Yeah.
season. Yeah.
Lola calls me about, oh gosh, it must have been about 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was
4
about
years
right.
ago.
4 years ago.
And she calls me and she's frantic.
I blinked,
She
and there
says-
Randy was, and then he was gone.
Yeah, she says, Randy's on TV. Randy's on TV. And I'm like, what did he do?
Yeah, what's he done now?
And
Was he handcuffed? That's the next question.
and she says, no, he's on Animal Planet. I'm like, oh Jesus, no. Not
Animal Planet. Holy crap. No.
And she says, no, they drew he's on Treehouse Masters. They made a treehouse out of his characters, and they made these, and she explains it to me, and I finally got to just watch an episode, and it's really cool. And they show Randy for like
I created a team of superheroes for our local nature preserve to teach kids conservation preservation. And they had treehouse masters come out and build a treehouse that they could use as a classroom, and they also labeled it the superheroes headquarters.
That's adorable.
So yeah, it was a good time. Yeah. So I still do a nature trail for them once a year, and then after the trail comes down in November, I put it all together for them in a book that they give away at the Welcome Center.
That's awesome. I homeschool my kid, and we have fun with it. And I'll constantly give him assignments. I'm like, hey, parts of speech, a simile, an idiom, make these into characters, make a creative story, go. And we've made several comic books. They're really fun.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun. I like to muse different projects in one. Like almost everything we make a story out of, and then we take it like one step further. And it's good at practicing all the different things the kids need to learn. School doesn't really teach imagination anymore.
You should think about putting that together into an educational book.
I already have, yeah.
Yeah,
With my conservatives in the
cool.
arts, I have a whole homeschool program that I have in mind. It's just a matter of resources and getting it going. But yeah, I'm glad you said that. That means I'm on the right track. If that's what I'm doing.
The indie princess had to step out.
Yeah, she's having a headache, so she's we got her new headphones. I know she's gonna have a headache all day, so I'm surprised she was able to make it on because she was like, I don't know if I'm coming. I'm like, that's fine. So yeah,
Well,
so she's
we appreciate her being here for as long as she was. What's our radio number?
radio number right now, Randy, is sitting at 54,820 now. So we keep hitting that 800, and we keep So I really am excited to see what people.
We get another 5,000 and some, and we will personally be able to hear you scream as they tell you that you have to pay for more bandwidth.
Yeah, but that I'll end the show.
You'll end the show?
I'll end the show for that happens. Like,
and we're at 59,999, and we're done.
We're off. I give myself like a 200 person buffer. I'm like, I'm done.
We're done. We gotta go. Time's up.
Yeah. Everybody say goodnight. It's really cool to have that type of reach though, and I was thinking about it.
We love all of you out there. Thanks for listening.
I love you too.
From Indie Volt Radio, another question, guys. And this is from a gentleman in the Philippines, and he says, "Hey guys, I started a studio, but I feel that it's moot. No one is hiring us for jobs. No one is taking us seriously as artists. What can I do? How do I make a name for my studio in America?" Randy. What you can't see, and you didn't put your name down for the question, but baby
steps.
Yes.
One little step at a time. You have to get your foot in the door wherever you can, and just keep working your way out from there.
Great things have small beginnings.
Yep. What Randy put up on the screen was a picture of my old bullpen that I used to have.
What? No, that was Valiant. That's the Valiant offices after they picked it down. Isn't it? I swear it was.
No, that was my old bullpen that I had.
Oh, wow.
Publishing company. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a slew of artists in the
stand
Philippines right
corrected.
now, by the way.
Yeah.
Tons of artists are coming out from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Mindy, I'm sorry. I cut you off.
It's been happening since the 70s, so
Yeah.
they've had some great artists come out of there.
What are you gonna say, Mindy? I'm sorry, I cut
Alex
you off.
Nino. Oh my god.
Me? Oh, I wasn't saying anything. I'm
Oh,
trying
okay.
to make sure I mute my mic whenever there's background noise because I got
Oh.
kids and stuff like that. So I'm just
Oh,
the button
Well,
from
believe
time to
me,
time.
there's been a lot worse on the show, Mindy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm surprised my dogs.
Tame
have not-
night, apparently.
Yeah,
Tame night.
I'm surprised my dogs have not, because people outside apparently found fireworks that they forgot about.
Hey,
And, my dogs usually love to bark at fireworks. They're not
Discount.
scared.
discount
Yeah.
fireworks. Welcome to Michigan.
So I mean, the Philippines is just do work, get your name out there, keep trying to do it.
And when all else, when you're at the end of it, just remember the famous quote from Jack Kirby. Kid, comics will break your heart.
Yeah,
So damn true. So damn true.
Kristen Stefani says, "Love this live. Send kiss to Simus Turbo Workshop." Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jonathan says, "Awesome learning tool." Timothy says, "I love me too." My artist from the Philippines. Michael says, "I think he may be able to come on and hang out with you guys." Michael, I'll shoot you over a link for a minute. Timothy says, "My artist sure was going to make a name for himself for sure." Yeah, just keep doing the work. Keep your name out there.
Yep.
That's what that's but
and something else you might think about doing out there in that studio in the Philippines, maybe you might have to print your own, say, an anthology or some sort of an introductory book that you could crowdfund and maybe cover your costs on, just enough to cover your costs, or find some income from somewhere, then take that book as your introductory out to everybody else and say, I got all these artists. What do you think?
Yeah.
We're here. We're willing to work. We want to go.
Also from Indie Vote Radio, this is from Kevin. Kevin says he's from England. He said, it's right. He's from Wales. Okay. He says, holy shit, just heard a program where a variant was going off on some guy, yelling and screaming.
That's what you call a hate stream. No, not really.
Never heard him get like that. Very afraid now. What did I miss? What happened? And was the situation ever resolved?
Well, just know that all of our videos are available over on YouTube, so you can go all the way back to our first ridiculous shows when it looked like Varian was in a closet and I was stuck in a nasty, overcrowded basement.
Yeah.
So and we were stumbling all over ourselves the entire time. So rest assured, if you go back and listen to those programs enough, you'll catch up on the drama pretty good. Doesn't take long.
Yeah.
Just start at that point and keep working through. And there's also a couple of times that Mr. Grant there has gone off. So if you keep watching the shows, it'll explain itself. Believe me.
Yeah, I have a bit of a hair trigger problem, and
with certain things.
Yeah, with certain things. Yeah.
We all do. We all do. There's he loves to trigger me. He loves to try to find. That's why I keep the soapbox handy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah,
it's right there. I can jump on it at any minute. We even have our own. I even have my own board here. Here we go. Right there, Randy's soapbox.
Nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still that Jack Kirby quote has more relevance now than ever. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why I put it up there.
I'm soaking
it
that
would come
in
handy. Yeah.
I've been this past couple of minutes. I've just been sitting there. I'm like, wow.
Now you guys are all gonna get mad to me. You guys are gonna get mad at me, especially Randy.
And you can hear him saying it too.
I can hear it, and I'm just like, wow.
Comics will break your heart.
It's so deep on so many levels now.
You know
I'm thinking the same thing in my mind, just as you were too. Ever since they said that quote,
what's messed up about that quote?
I have to put another card up with the famous Stan Lee quote when he was asked about digital comics.
What did he say for that? What did he say for that?
You hadn't heard that quote? He goes, I like looking at boobs on the web too, but it doesn't compare to holding one in your hand.
Oh, Stan.
You guys are all gonna get mad at me. That Jack Kirby quote.
Yeah.
Randy's gonna get triggered. Oh man.
Why, it doesn't exist?
No, it exists.
I know it exists.
I've often attributed it to Neil Adams.
Oh, well, Neil's not that nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Neil is not that nice.
He's
no. Sometime
got
you
stories
have to
about him.
sit and watch Neil do a portfolio review, and you will realize that
he
quote did
one
not
for
come.
me.
Oh, did
one
he
for
really?
me.
You weren't.
When
that
I
wasn't
was,
at a New York show, was it?
It was.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness! Because I saw him tear somebody apart.
Might have been
New
me.
York, the only New York con I did,
It might have
and he's
been me.
like, "Is that an ear? That's not an ear. An ear's got full detail inside of it." Blah, 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 blah. And I'm
Might have been
standing,
me.
I'm standing next to him and going, "Holy crap! This kid's gonna never draw comics again.
Let me
Never.
tell you, I went with a friend of mine.
Holy
right?
crap!"
He and I went. And we're like, yeah, we're ready. You know, we're like 18 years old. This is a long time ago.
Yeah.
We're ready. Let's go to Neil Adams. And I just remember he went through our stuff. He looked at it. He looked at my friend, and he just slid the portfolio back at us, and he just went, "You fellas need to learn how to draw and make art."
God.
Done.
Wow.
Now my friend doesn't draw anymore because he just walked away like deer in headlights. And I remember going, "All right, I'm going to show you, pal. I'm going to show you one day." And everything he told me I needed to work on hands. I made a sketchbook just on hands. I'd be on the bus every day just sketching. I was like, "Yeah, Neil Adams, I'll show you those freaking hands." And that's how you have to take criticism. You know, it's kind of like a weeding out process, because I could have sat there, heard that, I would have been like, "Oh my God, my dreams are dashed." Everything.
This person was bawling. I mean, there were tears. I saw him
Maybe
later.
it wasn't me then.
I saw him later in the show. He was a beaten dog.
My friend was. It might have been my friend.
You're right about the weeding out process, though, and people will give unwarranted advice too. You'll be sitting at a show with your portfolio. Some random person will come up dressed like a Teletubby or something, and you don't know, and they start flipping through your portfolio like,
"Let me see your stuff."
It sucks.
Like they're an editor. I'm just like, "You're a Teletubby." Like, how am I going to take you seriously right now?
George.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah, and that's the thing, though. You have to take criticism. You have to have armor.
The real problem with that is that the Teletubby was probably a Marvel editor in disguise. This sucks.
No identity politics in any of these.
Not that they would do that anymore, because they find you.
Yeah. But I'm not going to lie.
They don't do conventions, but they'll find you.
Oh, yes. But Neil was 100% right, looking back at it now. And I'm thankful. I'm personally thankful he gave me that type of critique, because that motivated me, because that's the type of person I am. Well, I want to show you up by proving that I can do it. That's just my personality.
Well, it definitely was the kind of critique that would weed out the weak.
I think that's why he does it. And look, sometimes he's not a nice guy, but it depends on how you take that stuff.
Yeah.
I recall. Oh, I'm sorry, Mindy. Go ahead.
Oh, it's different now though. Last time I was doing the whole rounds of conventions talking to publishers trying to get jobs, it's like they were all too afraid of hurting people's feelings to give real critique.
Oh, wow.
We've got a voice bouncing back on us. Is that you, Mike?
That was my fault, guys. I apologize. I don't know what happened.
Did you fix it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you must have. Right. We're joined now by Michael Oden.
Hey, how's it going,
Elysian
guys?
Fields, issue 0, still on demand?
Yeah, still in demand till
Still
the
in
end of the
demand.
month. We'll be closing it up here in the next week and a half or so.
Cool.
I will tell you guys, as far as critiques, I've had this thing now about trying to meet as many Marvel editors and getting pictures of them as I possibly can. And I happen to I ride Randy's coattails at certain cons when I'm not invited. And Randy is like, "Hey Randy, can I sit with you?" And he's like, he takes pity on me. He's like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." So I go up and I just sit with Randy, like, listen, and just to try to trigger him at shows too. Like, get him triggered at a show was awesome. And we triggered, but the coolest thing was Jim Shooter was at a con. And I'm like, I want a picture with Jim Shooter like tearing into my artwork. And Jim Shooter comes in and he's sick. And he can barely speak.
Oh, yeah. He's hoarse that day.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, man, I want a picture with Jim. So I go over there. I'm talking to him. I said, "Can I get a picture with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm like, oh, I know it's kind of weird to ask, but I want a picture if we can make it like your portfolio review. And I want you to really it's like you're tearing into my art. And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So I go behind the table when I sit next to him, and we take this picture, and he looks at the mirror. So after the picture, I'm trying to get my portfolio back because this is Jim fucking Shooter, and I'm like, give me my, because I know I'm horrible. Come on, give me my book back. And he's looking through it, and I'm like, no, Jim, this isn't a real. And he goes, this is yours. I'm like, yeah, and the voice is raspy now too, and I'm like, you know,
he was fighting to speak the whole show.
Oh man.
And I'm thinking
That
like,
sucks.
this is gonna sound like really evil. Like it's gonna be like, you know, don't ever draw again. And I was like, I'm imagining Stone Cold Steve Austin, like, and just telling me, you know, don't ever pick up a pencil again, jackass. The hell are you doing? But because I mean, the man has a memo book of memos he sent to Marvel, and he has them all. One of them said
multiple memo.
Yeah.
He's got multiple portfolios spread out on this table, and they're all classic Marvel memos.
Yeah,
like where he's telling the artist that maybe they should draw attractive covers.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. It's really
the
great to
best
read.
Memo he had in there said, "Attention, notice. I know it's not company policy, but please start making good comics immediately."
Oh my god!
And,
wow. That was an actual memo.
Yeah. And to all staff, and it was great. So I'm like, he hands me my photo. He says, "That's pretty good," and I'm like, "Thank you." Yeah. And I walk back over to Randy, and I'm like, Jim Shooter likes my fucking feathers.
I said, what is he on? Let's go talk to him.
Funny. There is a part 2 to that Neil Adams story, because about 7 years after, I did go back to him. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he didn't remember me, but now I found my voice, and I found the style that was uniquely me. And this time I just went over, and obviously the guy had no clue who I was. And I'm like, all right, I'm back just to see. And he looked through the pages, and this time he goes, what are you showing me for? You should show an editor. And he just, pushed it back. And I was like, okay.
That was good.
Yeah, exactly.
That was awesome.
That's cool. That's a cool story.
Sean Barber says there should always be a sense of unity between indie creators. We inspire others who are thinking or aspiring to be comic creators. It's up to us to set the standard so they know there is a community and not a competition between creators, so that when they decide to make that leap, they feel comfortable reaching out to others instead of missing steps and potentially burning out before they even start. Sean, I got a bone to pick with you, sir. Today you posted a Facebook status telling me to check out a film on Netflix. I checked that film out, Sean.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I checked that film out. It's called Gaspar No Love. NOE' love. If anybody,
Gaspar, Gaspar.
Yep, Gaspar.
That was on Netflix.
Yes, it's on Netflix.
Was it a high piece of art?
Be careful about complaining about movies, because like half the people on the panel have been subjected to what you had us.
Yeah. two words for you, Varian.
Because let me tell you, Agent 11.
Yeah, it was 2 words. Agent 11.
Those films. Those films.
Gaspar Knows Love.
Yeah, okay. Gaspar Knows Love. Which, guys, if you have Netflix, please, everybody, tonight you get opportunity. Make sure the kids are.
Probably not gonna do.
No, you only owe yourself 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. The film starts. Give yourself 10 seconds, and I guarantee you, you're gonna email me or Sean. Message Sean. Everybody, matter of fact, if you're watching, listen. There is right now on Indie Vote Radio. There is 57,410 people listening right now.
Pressing that 60 mark, buddy. We love all of you listening to us.
If you all go on Netflix and look up Gaspar No Love. I want you to contact Sean Barber, ShaunBarbor, and tell him Indie Vote sent you.
Is this going to be like We Were Friends? Yeah. Kind of like Mary and I used to be friends?
I'm looking up the premise for this because, like, now I just got to know. It's a 2015 film.
I believe it's French, if that helps.
Just the first 10 seconds, like Sean says. The first 10 seconds, if you got a phone, you got Netflix on your phone, let's tune it up real quick. Is that what you're doing, Mindy?
do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm texting my husband, finding out what why it's loud in there. Can you guys hear any back noise?
We can't.
No.
No, you're good.
Never mind then. Doesn't no necessary. I wasn't looking up that movie. I'm scared.
Go
Yeah,
with
I don't look up any movie that Varian has recommended.
You have me curious now.
yeah.
I did just look up the premise because I'm not going to bother like wasting 10 seconds of my life.
Randy
to
is
watch
braver than
it.
all of us.
Varian recommends, but like I'll go do my research. So effectively, it's like you've got a couple that has their marriage is kind of like by the numbers. So to spice things up romantically, they invite in a third party.
That's right. That's right. It's a very interesting movie, but just give it 10 seconds and tell me what you guys think.
That's not the
Yeah, I'm good.
That's not the Polter film all over again, is it?
No. It's not Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, no, it's not that one.
Is it a werewolf movie?
It's not a werewolf.
It looks like an
No,
experiment.
if it was a werewolf movie, Varian wouldn't have lasted 10
What?
seconds.
Oh, that's right. Doesn't like werewolves. I remember that
Yeah,
from
it's
Art of War
werewolves,
the other
yeah.
night.
Lola says she doesn't know things are kind of eerie. So, so I got a question for you guys too. Another question from Indie Vote Radio. For our creators here,
We should note that we have been joined by Katrina Rhodes.
of Cat Scratch Press.
Cat
She's an
Scratch
editor.
Press.
She edits people's stuff, and she also known as the Dream Destroyer because, like, but I need that character arc to happen. She's like, no,
We
stupid.
keep forgetting our audience. Most of our audience out there only hears us instead of has to stare there and look at us.
Yeah. So I do want to say, Kat, you have a book that just came out, Tales from the Toy Store.
Yeah, forgot to send Randy the link.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Tales from the Toy Store on Amazon right now. You can order
It's on
a
Amazon.
digital copy,
I'll find it.
a digital copy.
I gotta
or a
put it in
printed
order
copy.
there anyway. So
And then you've also got Teddy Bear Tales, which is getting ready to.
I hope I don't have to wait until September before they bother to ship it to me, though.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been really happy with Amazon and the shipping of this book.
Good.
They've actually been within 2 to 3 days of order shipping it out, which for something self-published is not bad at all.
The last time I went to try to order something, they told me 6 weeks.
Ooh.
And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Never again. I had to wait 6 weeks to get these headphones. I'll never do that again.
So you got that. Mr. Odin has Elysian Fields issue number 0 shipping right now in those Gemini mailers.
We got the
With
first.
with those beautiful Gemini mailers.
Yeah.
Oh, we are closing up on 2 hours too.
Yeah.
Varian. And
That's what-
YouTube lately has been really bad on long streams.
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say that we got all the domestic backers of the first wave shipped.
Cool.
The international backers is gonna take a little bit longer because filling out customs forms and everything like that is a pain in the ass. But to sweeten the deal for those guys, I put it out on the Indiegogo and I put it out on Twitter that any international backer, as a thank you for their patience, we're giving them a free digital copy if they contact us.
Oh,
So
nice.
give them a chance to read the book before it gets there, and so that way they don't feel like they're being left out of the party and what have you. I thought it was just it doesn't really cost me anything.
Phil Locker says, cannot wait to get my copy of Elysian Fields signed, hopefully. Yeah, I'm waiting for mine too.
Yeah, me too. Oh wait.
I mean, if you get it on the campaign, of course I'll be sending you.
If it shows up damaged,
Be
If it
prepared.
shows up damaged, please let me know because I will get you another one as fast as I can.
I'll message.
But with that was one of my big things is that with the certain individual that had not taken care to ship things properly, that was definitely one of those things that like I obviously was looking at making sure that we shipped out for Gemini mailers. I ordered the Gemini mailers literally the moment that we got the funds from the campaign. But like to see a creator with so little care.
Yeah.
It was a thing that like I wanted to make sure I was like, hey guys, don't even worry about a thing. I'm taking care of your books.
And that kind of made Varian mad. If that's that person that's listening, you go back for
that's some guy.
That's
from
what
Wales
he's talking about.
Varian freak out and was like, "Oh my god."
Well,
I will say that particular creator cares so little that they have not actually replaced any of those damaged copies.
No,
I don't
That's not good.
That same creator funded half of his own book. He doesn't have the money to replace those copies.
That is completely
all part of the drama, folks. All part of the drama.
That is completely true. That person has not. As a matter of fact, and that's one of the things we talk about. I've been very happy that people, Rob Anderson, yourself, Michael, have actually stepped forward and said to people, "Hey,
you know what? Actually, speaking of that, I forgot about that. You know what, Katrina? I will send you a copy of Elysian Fields. Give me your contact information and everything.
I will do.
I'll even make sure that it's one of the holofoil ones.
Oh my gosh, you don't have to do that.
I'm going to, because that bastard didn't pay you for your work.
Yeah. Well,
so consider that my payment for him being an asshole. I'll get you. I'll make sure that you're in the second wave. You'll be getting the holofoil.
Thank you.
The countdown continues. 14 days, 22 hours, 56 minutes, and 50 almost 57 minutes now since since the Streisand effect took hold. I guess this must be the Streisand effect here, since you haven't gotten her book yet.
So, all inside jokes, Bob.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
By the way, I forgot to say hello to Mindy and Geronimo Comics. What's your name again, dude? I apologize.
Call him Robert, call him Geronimo, whatever.
Robert Geronimo. The handle's Geronimo Draws, if that's what you're saying.
Okay. Robert, good to meet you guys. Mindy, I think you hit me up on social media here a week ago. The Vampirella cover looks badass. Great work there. And Rob, your series looks really cool. I'm looking at getting a hold of the first 2 volumes here when I can.
Oh, great. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Somebody, I came in late to the party because I had to be on another podcast. I was cheating on Varian.
Oh.
How dare you?
Speaking of which, Matt Knowles and Steph say to tell you hi, and they hope you're feeling better.
I am feeling better.
I promised I would pass that on to you.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better.
But I missed out on everything earlier. So if there are links to things, drop the links in the chat so I can catch up a little bit afterwards.
Yeah, we will. And then I want to thank Mindy, and I want to thank Geronimo for dropping in this week and talking to us, showing us our awesome projects.
Yes.
RobertGeronimo.com.
That's it.
.com. Check out his book. You can get the volumes, collected volumes, $5. Signed, well, $12.
$12 for both of them signed.
For both of them signed, yeah. And
Wow.
Isn't that a good deal?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
The beauty of newsprint.
Yeah.
Do not miss out on this, people. You will regret it.
So I'm like, the beauty of newsprint's kind of an oxymoron. So I like newsprint. I do like newsprint. I'm joking with you, Geronimo, but I do think that your book looks really good, and I'm gonna order one just so you can sign it. Meredith says, "Have a great night, gang." Yeah, we are getting ready to get here, but guys, we'll start with Geronimo. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Or they can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Geronimo Draws, and on YouTube as well, and my website RobertGeronimo.com.
Sweet, Miss Mindy.
You can find me on pretty much any platform all around, Mindy Wheeler Art, with no spaces, and YouTube as well. I have a channel, and look out for our Divinity Comics books coming to you soon. And thank you guys for having me on. You rock.
And your current Indiegogo campaign is under Mindy Wheeler's.
It's it's Dynamite Entertainment is hosting them. It will probably be my last Dynamite Entertainment project with them. But you just Google Mindy Wheeler Vampirella, and I think it's the first link that pops up.
It'll pop right up. Yep.
Yeah. I'll be doing my own thing after this. I think I'm pretty much done with publishers. There's just too much drama. And I'm just going to let that all simmer and do my own thing.
Well, we look forward to having you on in future broadcasts to talk about your publishing efforts.
Thank you. I would really, really love that. Yeah, definitely.
We'd love to have you back. Absolutely. Anytime.
All you guys are really great. I'm really happy I got a chance to get to know you all.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah. And then, Michael, where can they find you at, sir?
You can find me on Facebook and Twitter. On Facebook, you can find me under my name, Michael Odin, or you can find our publisher page, Nine Realms Publishing. And then on Twitter, you can find me at @ElysianFields_0. And then the Indiegogo campaign is still live, but it won't be live for long because we're closing out the campaign here at the end of July, and in August we're going to start promoting the follow-up book, Pyramid Gambit. So get at it soon.
Cool. And Miss Katrina.
Oops, sorry. I'm here.
Where can they find you?
Though? We know you're there, but where can they find you? And your stuff.
If you're here, I'm here. You can find me at catscratchpress.com for more information as far as my editing goes. And you can find me on Facebook as Katrina Rotes or Instagram at Life with Katie.
And Randy Zimmerman.
Hey, you can find me on Facebook under Randy Zimmerman. You can find me on Twitter, though I don't twit very often, under Randy Zim. I'm also at the Zim Geek channel, ZIMMGEEK, though, and I promise there's more new content coming anytime now. So pop over there, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. And I'll be here on the Indie Volt Thursday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 at least for the Breakfast Buzz, and then back again next Tuesday at 9 p.m. for the regular Indie Volt cast.
Okay. And now, guys, listen, if you want to join that cavalcade of questions we had earlier, you can do that. It's really easy. Send those questions in to indievoltlive@indievolt.com. Please include IndieVolt Live in the subject and keep those emails 90 words or less so I can make those cute little graphics I made earlier. Also, remember, we had a lot of people listening. Final number right now, we're at 59,104 people listening.
Almost. We're almost there.
So
IndieVolt Radio. You can get that on Google Play and stream on iOS and Alexa. Sorry, I look for Alexa because I don't want to set anybody's Alexas off.
We're gonna end up having that streaming podcastathon here pretty soon.
Yeah, we are
to raise money for your further bandwidth. Yeah. Plus, you're on Roku. Sorry to break your stride there.
IndieVolt TV on Roku and Roku enabled televisions. Wow. Yeah. And new stuff was got added to IndieVolt Radio today. New music added, some new content added. IndieVolt Radio, but IndieVolt TV, it's free. It's over the top streaming service. It's like Netflix, but it's free. And
if you have to look at us, look at us at the Roku. We're also available on YouTube. Yeah.
There's also some indie movies up there, some indie wrestling events. You guys check that out. You guys
never know what you could find.
Yeah. You guys don't go anywhere. And I'm going to end the show.
And again, email us at indievoltlive@indievolt.com. Don't be afraid to send us a question about the industry, about the media or whatever. No question is too big. No question is too silly. And remember, our feedback will be better because of your setback. Hashtag get an education. Hashtag IndieVolt.
So you guys don't go anywhere. I'm going to end the show for everyone else. You guys stay here. I know it's going to say the show is over, but you guys stay here. I'm going to run us out of here, Randy. Everyone have a great night.
All right.
We will see you guys.
I'll take it.
All right.
We'll see you soon. Everybody take care. Stay safe. Talk to you soon. Thursday morning, there's no Geekgasm tomorrow.
No.
Right. But the Art of War on Friday.
Yep.
And the Devil Show.
Yep.
Indie Devil Show on Saturday, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Okay.
Hail Negan.
What? Who? What?
Hail Negan.
Hail Negan.
Yeah.
Everybody take care. Stay safe. See you soon.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.